Let's discuss Royal Engineers CPD accessibility. So as a serving soldier or a reserve soldier or an officer listening to this, how would they go about applying for support from the charity?
Okay, so as a serving soldier or a reserve soldier, the first place I would recommend anybody look is our socials. Please follow us. We're doing a great job of making ourselves more visible on all of our channels. So that is the first protocol. Have a look at what we do, see some of the things that perhaps people have done previously, get excited about, what we can offer. If you do want to put an application in, then the application process is all online now. It's really simple and it's on our website. So go and have a look at the website and that would be your first port of call.
If somebody does want to submit an application online, how do they go about doing that then?
So it's a really easy process to apply for study grants or PRAs. It's all online now. So go onto the website, create an account and then fill in the application forms from there.
For somebody that's a little bit nervous or lacks the confidence to apply, how easy is it and why would you encourage somebody with that level of confidence to actually just bite the bullet and apply with Royal Engineers CPD?
So if people are nervous about applying, the first thing I'd say is think about why you're applying, what you're going to get out of the end of it. There's always people that can help, and that is either from the chain of command, somebody who's already completed an application form or knows the process, or you could give us a call. So one of the team is always going to be there to be able to help you from that perspective. Or if you are at Brompton Barracks, call in and come and see one of the team and they'll help you with that process.
Yeah, that brings me on to the next question then actually. So do you actually have a physical location and are individuals able to come and pay you a visit if they want?
Absolutely, we do have a physical location. We have a team based at Brompton Barracks in HQ RSME. So it's the big building on the right-hand side as you drive through camp. You'll see us because we've got Gordon of Khartoum in front of us, so through the archway. People are a little bit daunted, and I really would like at this point to dispel the myth that, junior soldiers and officers are not able to come into the HQ building. They absolutely are. So, go past Gordon of Khartoum, come straight through the doors, turn left, and we're there. We're not scary, and the girls will be able to help you.
Is there anything applicants should prepare in advance if they do want to submit an application online to make the process a bit smoother?
So in terms of what people need to prepare, there's really easy guidelines and templates online. It depends on whether it's PRAs, there's some information that you need to submit. But if you're nervous at all about what that is, then either pick up the phone or come and see us.
Okay, so for personnel based elsewhere in the UK or overseas or within Reserve and Queen's Gurkha Engineer units, how can they access support?
So for people that aren't based at 1 RSME, based at Brompton Barracks, then they can pick up the phone and speak to us. The website is a fountain of information there, so go and have a look at what's there. But I would always encourage going up the chain of command as well, and this particularly is where I would encourage the chain of command to get curious about what we can offer, because the more they know about us, the more that they've interacted with us and they understand the processes, the better able they are to support their junior officers coming up through that process as well.
Can you share any examples of Royal Engineers CPD charity, what the charity has done, and has it had any positive impact on any soldiers or officers' confidence? Can you provide any examples of positive stories for that?
So in terms of the impact that we have, I could sit here and probably reel off, a dozen or more. Lots and lots of examples where we've had a positive impact on people. Sometimes they'll come and tell us, other times we're never going to know what that impact is. And it really does depend on what they're doing. So if somebody's used a project management course, it's going to make them more confident in terms of using their skills going forward. If somebody has applied for a degree course, then obviously that proficiency in that level of academia will have an impact both to them and obviously to the unit. But the things I think that are more personal to me are, where people have used it, and we had an example from a study grant perspective where we've supported, people going through physio courses, through sports courses. A particular example where one of our serving soldiers went on a media course to learn how to do media production. And following him leaving service, he's managed to secure himself a job with Sky and the BBC, going into exactly what he wanted to do as a passion while he was in. So, some really positive outputs